Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tom Worth Jr. It's Sunday and we had a family member pass away yesterday. This was my wife's sister's husband, and he had been battling cancer for at least a year and a half now. It's been a long time coming. And he's definitely in a better place now. It was, it gets rough there at the end, and it certainly was, and this was expected any day now. Not necessarily yesterday, but he's he was in his mid-70s. He's actually a Vietnam veteran, and he worked on jets, and an engine blew up when he was working on it, and kind of tore his leg apart. He didn't want to lose his leg, and it kind of gave him fits for the next 50 years. But he made do, and was a disabled veteran, honorably discharged from the Air Force. And they he's quite a bit older than my wife's sister, but they fell in love and had a life and have 3 beautiful daughters, and they're in high school and one's in college now, so taking it hard. Why am I making a video when this has happened? I made yesterday's Notre Dame video, and as I was publishing that, that's when we got the call. My wife, they're at my wife's mom's house, who's also on hospice, but she has been for a year and 2 days now, and she's in a hospital bed over in her own bedroom in her own home, and we care for her, my wife and her sister and another longtime friend of theirs, and it's 24/7 care, but you just get used to it. And thankfully this other person, this childhood friend of my wife's sister, came into the scene earlier a little bit this spring, and then more so towards the end of this summer, to help out a lot, and even spend the night over there a few nights to give my wife and her sister a break. But people deal with this, go through this all the time. You do what you do, and make the best of it, and be thankful for the time you have together. And we have certainly done that unexpectedly for the past year with my wife's mom. And there are certainly many days she wishes she would go quickly. My wife's mom, not my wife. But with Ron yesterday, he I don't know. He was a tough guy. He hated hospitals. You'd plug something into him, he would unplug it. He would become unruly and belligerent at times, and that's just how he was. He spent a year in Walter Reed after Vietnam, and it was horrible, and he never wanted to ever go to a hospital again, but you have to quite often when you have some of the issues that he had throughout his life, and certainly for the last year and a half. But his wife and daughters are hanging in there, and my wife ran over there this morning. She was actually over there yesterday for a few hours, and then came home and got a call about a half hour later that he had actually passed away, and we ran over there, and so that kind of, life happens. I had some time this morning. My wife's over there again this morning, checking in with them. I was getting some stuff done around the house before getting back to work tomorrow. There's not really anything for us to do at this point. And I just thought it would be good to remind everyone, as if we didn't already know this, to make the most of every day and be with the ones you love. And Ron was he hated government. He hated Democrats more than Republicans. He was into a lot of interesting things in his video intake and media consumption on his laptop, and he just had a mind that wouldn't quit for some ideas and theories he had, and we just didn't talk about it. He knew where I stood, I knew where he stood, and when we were with each other, that stuff just didn't matter. It didn't matter. What mattered was were our kids and our families and how everyone's doing and whatever holiday we were celebrating, and there was just no point to ever go into that stuff up until the end. He would have what he would have, and that brought him comfort, and it was what he was interested in, and I respected his choices in his life. He was a tough old guy who had a country guy, been through a lot, much more than I ever have or hopefully ever will be, and he just saw things differently. So I'll be heading over there a little bit, and we've been through some things with people passing away sometimes, and I think the best thing is for life to go on in those moments where it can, and then the moments where it can't. Just be fully present, whatever you're doing. And for me today, when my wife headed over there, and I was left here for a little bit, getting some things straightened up. I also took some time to watch some more Notre Dame videos from yesterday, and I'll be watching some college football selection at some point. Be over at my mother-in-law's house once everyone's up and going, and they will be by the time this video is hitting, and be present for those people. And maybe a TV's on, maybe it's not. Doesn't really matter. Tears will be shed again, and laughs will be had. Just kind of remembering Uncle Ron and the silly stuff he does or did, and that's how we go through it. And hope everyone's safe and having a great day today. And we'll talk again when we talk again. See ya.